Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again with Paleo Problem Long Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is mixed martial arts actually an art?
I'm the caveman.
And the answer is yes. Period. Now, I think we all know where this question's coming from. Regardless of the rest of the content of Meryl Streep's Golden Globes Award speech, the fact of the matter is, mixed martial arts are an art, regardless of what she thinks. Let's start with the textbook definition of art. It is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination. Now, typically, that's applied to visual and or audio mediums, things like painting and sculpting. But to try to classify martial arts as not an expression of human creative skill or imagination is simply ignorance. Now again, the arts traditionally refers to painting, literature, music, and dance. And no one is going to question whether or not dance is a type of art. Well, there are various forms of dance throughout martial arts. Capoeira is a style from Brazil that very much has a dancing component. In traditional martial arts like karate, things like kata are very much a choreographed routine. But even the fluidity of the footwork and movement of a masterful boxer, kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter, or MMA fighter can be qualified as poetry in motion. They are true expressions of human skill. Again, no one's going to question the validity of music as a component of the arts. Well, traditional Muay Thai uses a band that operates as their round timer. So, not unlike an orchestra at a play or a theater event of some type, there is a band playing live music that actively tells the fighters how much time left they have in their round. So, music can very much be a component of the martial arts. When we get to the grappling arts, the jiu-jitsus, the judos, the wrestlings, the sambos, those require complete body awareness and fluidity of motion. Moreover, they require a creative component. You need to be able to envision what is going to happen in the future. You need to use your imagination and figure out how it's going to play out. Visualization, having that in your mind, painting that picture of how each role or how each fight is going to go is very much a component of the martial arts. Now, I know what the problem is. Far too often, people just assume they're going to be watching either a drunken brawl or just a street fight, right? And yes, that can be not skill, not an art. And that aspect of violence and blood, that is the part that people get turned away by. But how is that any different than the violence you might experience in a movie, or a book, or a play, or a painting? There's a famous scene in Clerks where they discuss the two types of people in the world. Those who think The Godfather was the best movie of all time, and those who think Star Wars was. And the fact of the matter is, both of those glorify violence. One of the best-selling books of all time, taking the Bible and the Quran out of the equation, although both of them have their own violent bent, things like Don Quixote and The Lord of the Rings are some of the best sellers. And you're going to tell me they don't have violence in them? And then, of course, there's Marina Abramovic, the award-winning performance artist who focuses on confronting pain, blood, and the physical limits of the human body. And what does that sound like again? Oh yeah, mixed martial arts. So the fact of the matter is, mixed martial arts, in the process of blending everything, results in no one fighter being the exact same. Why? Because they are using their own human creative skill and imagination. They're taking all the different ways, the physical limits of the human body, and applying them how they see fit. There is a science to it, which is how the body moves and what you can do with it. And then there's the creative, the imaginative aspect. How can I take those skills and apply them to how I want to do it? I'm going to apply my fight the way I want to fight. But I also have to consider what my opponent's doing and imagine how I'm going to get around that. Just because you may not appreciate that skill and that knowledge and that creative intent doesn't make it not an art. So your biggest takeaways are that, yes, mixed martial arts is definitely an art. Now, you don't have to appreciate it, but you do have to respect that it is a contribution to the arts. There is creative intent, there is imagination, and they all involve the ingenuity of the human spirit. But, rant over, just had to throw that out there. Either way, you know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island, and of course, over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go enjoy the arts that you enjoy. I'll go watch some MMA, and I'll see you tomorrow. Issues with your gastrointestinal tract. You're not going to absorb your nutrients as well. So, your vitamins and minerals